Today on Dad Hut, we're talking about the brand new Taurus G3c. Is this a cheap gun or a bargain gun? Let's go. So the Taurus G3c just came out about a couple weeks ago, and I've owned it for a little over a week now and put about 200 rounds through it. And this is just going to be my first impression of this gun and who I think this gun is for. First off, let's talk about the packaging. Pretty bare bones, and I'm okay with that. I like to keep the price down. I understand why they put it in just a cardboard box. There's not a whole lot to it. I don't need another TSA approved case anyway, so keep the cost down and throw it in a cardboard box. I'm okay with that. The gun does come with 3 12-round magazines. Yes, you heard that correct. It comes with 3 magazines. Most gun manufacturers, you're gonna get 1, maybe 2 at the most, and you're gonna have to go spend another $30 to $40 to pick up another magazine. This comes with 3 in the box. That is a huge deal. So for the gun itself, I really like the feel and look of the gun. It does not feel like a cheap gun. I like the little indentations here for your rest fingers and your trigger finger. I really like the grip. It gives me a nice firm grip, especially for somebody who has sweaty hands like I do. This grip texture down here really helps me keep a firm grip on the pistol. The slide of the gun is very easy to rack. It's not very difficult at all. So even if you're weak-handed or older, you're gonna be able to rack this slide. So even though ammo is really hard to come by right now, I did get about 200 rounds through the gun at the gun range. I had no problems with it. It didn't have any failures to feed or anything like that. It ate every piece of ammunition that I gave to it. The trigger was really nice, really smooth. It is a little long on that first trigger pull. It is a pretty long trigger, but the reset on it is pretty short, so you can get off a bunch of follow-up shots pretty quickly. So the G3c is just a follow-up to the Taurus G2c, which was a very popular gun, sold a lot of units worldwide, and a lot of people liked it because of the cost, and it was a very reliable gun. At its price point, and this is just some improvements on that. You know, the trigger is a little better. The sights can be interchanged with, you know, your Glock sights. So it's just an improvement on that G2c. So if you liked that gun, you're really gonna love this gun. The gun was smooth. It was accurate at the range. I really enjoyed shooting it. The muzzle flip on it was very light. It was very easy to get back on target. The recoil on it is very minimal. The gun doesn't have a lot of kick to it. So yeah, it's pretty manageable for a gun this size. So I purchased this gun for $249 at my local D&B supply store. $249 is a steal. That is a steal. So is this gun just a cheap gun or is it a bargain gun? This gun is definitely a bargain gun. Paying $250 for this gun, you are getting so much more than that in value. Let me put it to you like this. Are you a beer snob? Do you like only drink IPAs and craft beer only? Then you're probably not gonna want the Taurus G3c because this is the Coors Light, the Bud Light of the gun world. Yeah, it's cheap, but it gets the job done. Everybody would love this gun. That's why they're so popular. So you have to think about your budget. Is it worth it to spend $500 on a gun, on a Glock or a SIG or a Springfield, and that's just getting the gun and that's out the door $500, $600? Or do you want to buy something like the Taurus G3c, and then you can go buy ammo, you can buy holsters, you have all this leftover money for range time. So it's really going to depend on your budget. I think this gun is worth double the cost. I think it's somewhere around that $450, $500 range as far as quality of gun, and you're only gonna pay $250 for it. Is it gonna beat your Glocks? Is it gonna be better than your SIGs? Better than your Springfields? I don't think you're gonna replace them with them, but you're gonna pay double what you pay for this. So ultimately, it's really gonna come down to your budget and what you can afford. But what I can say is you're not gonna lose any quality when you go down to buy a $250 Taurus G3c. So ultimately we'll see how the gun holds up. I've only had it a little over a week. You know, they just came out, so there are some torture tests out there on YouTube where people are putting thousands of rounds through it, and it's holding up. So I have no reason to believe that this gun won't be a good gun a year from now, 2 years from now, and last. So I think that this gun is great if you're on a budget. If you want something to just get your foot in the door, maybe this is your first gun or your second gun or your first 9mm, this is a great option to not have to spend a ton of money. All right, so that's our episode for today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, and subscribe below. We'll see you on the next one.